This is Community Forum. I'm Kert Radel, Waycross Community Media. Today our guest is Shaun Davidson, the Senior Branch Manager of the Forest Park Branch Library. Shaun, welcome.
Thank you, Kurt. Happy to be here.
Well, we want to talk about this big brand new branch, $19 million. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. So this really started around 2018, 2019, when the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library came to the community, the citizens of Hamilton County, and said, we really need to look at our facilities, the infrastructure in place. We're a over 150-year-old institution, and over the years, some of that upkeep wasn't a priority, and we recognized that. And so we wanted to make sure that we were putting an investment into our physical buildings, our 41 locations across the county. And so through a facilities master plan, we had community engagement sessions held at each branch. So over 40 engagement sessions, listened to the public, listened to the community. And when we met here in Forest Park at the old branch on Waycross Road, the citizens here were loud and clear that they wanted to have a new branch built here in the Forest Park area. And when the library took all of that information, looked at our statistics, looked at how services were placed across the county, it also became clear to us that we needed to have a robust presence here in the northern part of the county. And through a partnership with the city of Forest Park from the beginning, we were able to negotiate a property exchange where we would build on some property that the city had right there on Northland Boulevard, great location next to the post office, and then the city of Forest Park will, in exchange, take our old property and building. So I think it's, from the very beginning, it was really a forward-thinking partnership with the city, and also we had forward-thinking residents who really saw the future of what library service could be here in the Forest Park area.
Well, now let's take a tour of the overall spaces that you have in this beautiful facility.
Sure. So I kind of mentally go through the front door. This is a 26,000 square foot facility.
Larger than my house.
It's a little bit bigger than most of our houses. And what's really cool is it's the biggest branch. Other than the main library, it's now the biggest branch in Hamilton County. So as soon as you walk through that door, you see a lot of natural light. We made floor-to-ceiling windows throughout, bright colors. As soon as you come in, you're greeted by a very large community space, so we can hold large-scale events. Just yesterday, we had a Ohio Means Jobs job fair. We had over 100 job seekers come with 30 employers, and that's something that we would not have been able to do in our previous facility. And what's great about that space is that the general public can use that room as well. So depending on the type of event you're having, it could be free of charge if it's more of a public event, but we are very open to having baby showers and wedding showers and birthday parties. There is a small fee to use that, but it's very reasonable. We want it to still be accessible for everyone to use. As we go through this space, we also have smaller study rooms. So we heard from many people that they wanted to place, especially post-COVID, post-pandemic. It's top of mind to have a place to work, maybe outside of the home. So if you're doing remote work, you need to take a Zoom call or do an interview, we have smaller spaces to accommodate that as well. We also have a teen area. We've expanded our books in all the collections, so we've probably added thousands of books to the collection as well in all age groups. There's also a beautiful kids area. I know, Kurt, you
I want to talk about that.
Yeah,
yes.
Yep.
Yes, I did some coloring there. I did pretty well. I kept within the lines. Okay.
Did you go inside the tree? There's a tree.
I didn't quite fit. I tried, and I think one leg got in, the other leg would not. Well, let's talk about that, because it is what I enjoy. A child can either do it themselves, engage, or they can interact with other kids, and it's right there. And I think it's great what you've built.
Yes, so that we really wanted to have a place just for kids that's inviting, welcoming.
Or a big kid.
Or a big kid, yep, kids of all sizes. And I think that, we really knocked it out of the park with, as soon as you turn that corner, you see the tree, the nature themed, that animal prints on the fabric. It's very thoughtful, and kids they know exactly what to do when they go in and they see the tree, they look up, see the kaleidoscope. There's computers and iPads for them as well there, so if they want to do a little more, be on the tech side as well, in addition to the books, there's a little bit of everything in that space.
What I also was very impressed with, besides the fun area, the materials and the books that you have. And it's not just for first graders, second, I mean, you have it at each level.
Yes, from birth to 18 and up, there are materials for all reading levels, interest, grade levels, for youth of any age.
You also have an area, as we take our tour, a makerspace. Tell us about that.
Yes, that is another thing. During our engagement with the community, we heard loud and clear that there's a lot of interest in makerspace equipment that's housed around the county at several of our locations. Our biggest makerspace is downtown at our main library. And we really acknowledge that while that's an excellent resource for everyone in the county, getting there can be a bit of a barrier. You know, it's at least a half-hour drive. There's parking. It's a commitment to make an appointment and go down there. So we wanted to offer that same level of equipment in this makerspace. This is a space where people can be creative, they can be hands-on. So some of the equipment that we have available to use is a vinyl banner printer. So you can print large-scale posters, outdoor banners as well. But it will also print on sticker material. You can make buttons. It's endless of what you can print on this machine. Some other equipment that we have a laser engraver, so you can engrave. It truly burns into material, so you can engrave on wood, glass, acrylic, almost anything. We've even done on paper. It looks like a drawing. It's powerful enough that it could cut through and more than an inch of wood. So you can.
That is impressive.
It really is.
I did not think of it when I was in there that you could do that to wood. That just brings up a whole different avenue of things you can do.
It is. So if it's not just for techie people or people who are into computers. It's woodworking. It's fiber arts. It's anyone that's creative and hands-on. Speaking of fiber arts, we also have, it's brand new for any library in the county. It's a direct-to-garment printer. And so that prints directly to fabric. So you can put designs on t-shirts, tote bags, scarves, anything, really any type of fabric that's cotton, it's natural fibers, we can print onto. And it's really impressive. So we're excited to offer this level of equipment. One thing to think about with these machines is there is a small fee for material that you purchase. So for the vinyl banner, for instance, we charge a small fee based on how much vinyl you print on. Same with the garment printer. That's based on how much ink you use for your prints. What's great about the laser engraver, there's really no charge beyond the material that you bring. We do have some small things people can purchase and experiment on, but really, if you can bring in whatever you'd like. If it will fit in the machine, you can engrave on it for no charge.
You talked about it earlier in our conversation about these rooms that you can go to. Tell us about the different uses and how you can reserve one of those rooms.
Sure. So let's start with the smaller rooms. So we have 4 study rooms that can accommodate anywhere from 1 to about 5 or 6 people. And the use on those, it's really for anything. So I mentioned remote work, Zoom calls or interviews, to school study. We've had Bible study groups meet. Just the other day we had a small women's group meet in the space as well. And for those rooms, they are reservable up to 2 weeks in advance, and you can get them for a maximum of 4 hours. So most people, that will accommodate what they need to do for a small group. Our large community room, it has a capacity of over 180 people, and it can also be split into 2 smaller rooms, each they're about the same size, but they can hold about 70 people each. Those spaces can be reserved up to 6 months ahead of time. Depending on how you're using the space, there may or may not be a fee involved. If it's a general meeting that's open to the public, or something that's not like a party or something like that, there's generally no fee. But if you are using it for, say, a birthday party, a baby shower, wedding shower, we absolutely welcome those, but there is a small fee to use that depending on how long you're using that. But those spaces you can reserve up to 6 months ahead of time. If you go to our website, chpl.org, click on services, there will be a calendar. You can reserve it right there on the website. Of course, we're happy to help over the phone, or if you stop in, we will help you make that reservation for those spaces.
You also have other services available, among them a Discovery Pass and outreach services. Talk about those services that you offer.
Yes, so the library of today is much more beyond books. We're still very much, books are our bread and butter, but
I read 3 a week.
That's amazing. Yep.
Yes.
You check out in the library?
Yes, I do.
Excellent, good. You return them on time?
Yes, well, I read them so quickly. I mean, I got a book Saturday, and I finished it today.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, we love to hear that. And you mentioned the Discovery Pass. That is a service where we have partnered with local museums and organizations you can check out this pass and get free admission for you or your family to visit a lot of these amazing institutions that are right in our backyard. It includes the Museum Center, the American Sign Museum, the Harriet Beecher Stowe House, and several other just top-notch places to visit that you can visit for free using your library card. Outreach services. So while we love to see people come in we have these new facilities, we love to see people come in, we understand that may not be an option for everyone. So we do offer visits or delivery to several retirement homes and senior centers. So if you're unable to come into a library, we will come to you and bring you material. If you live on your own, still at home, we can also set up a mail delivery service. So we want people to get the material that they want from the library any way that we can make it happen for them.
Well, Shaun, I really think that's great. And let's talk about some of the upcoming program highlights you have.
Yeah, so we're very excited with this new space. We can offer a lot more. So while we have our weekly story times, Thursday mornings at 11, all ages are welcome to read, listen to stories, sing, dance, make music, be together at our story times. We also have library play date. It's every other Friday. We're very interested in getting more into the connecting with our small business community as well. We know there are a lot of entrepreneurs in the Forest Park area, and we want to engage with them. So we've have drop-in sessions with the Minority Business Assistance Center. That's every other week as well. I mentioned the job fair we had earlier, so we're wanting to do more larger scale events in our spaces. This November, we're also hoping to have a Japanese doll art exhibit and some programming around that as well. So we have a lot coming up. So check our calendar, check our website, again, chpl.org, look at our events. We have got a lot going on.
Now, this may be a loaded question because I'm going to ask you, it's like a kid in a candy store. Which candy do you like? What do you enjoy most at the branch?
Oh, goodness, that is a tough question. I feel like every time I turn the corner, I tell myself, oh, this is my favorite spot. And then I'll turn again, no, this is my favorite spot. You can't beat the kids area. When you turn that corner and see just how welcoming and fun and inviting it is, and to see families sit together, reading together, being in together in that space, it's great to see. And the sound of when someone goes in that tree and looks up and sees that kaleidoscope and they're just amazed. It never gets old. My second favorite spot, I think, is that large community room, just to see what our library staff can create in there, but more importantly, how the public is using that. Any day, over the past week, we've had baby showers, we've had church groups meet, we've had the Forest Park Historical Society having their regular meetings. So just all of the different opportunities that this investment in the community has created. It's great to see each and every day.
Well, Shaun, it's a tremendous facility. I know Waycross will be using it at some point. We thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Kurt. This was great.
This has been Community Forum. I'm Kert Radel of Waycross Community Media. We'll see you next time.